spring. It's all ahead on Countdown to Kickoff here. And today, against that man making his NFL debut, Andrew Luck, the first overall pick for the Indianapolis Colts. And welcome inside our broadcast booth here at Lucas Oil Stadium. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Thank you so much for being here. Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk joins me in a couple of seconds. There is a new coach, as you saw. There is a new attitude. There is a new GM, and really everything top to bottom feels different for this team this year as they try to put behind them a 2-14 from a year ago and march towards the playoffs this year. There is the coach, Jeff Fisher, 16 seasons with Tennessee, and his new GM, Les Snead, formerly with the Falcons, right behind him. Michael Brockers was the 14th overall pick. He looks to do damage on that defensive line, and he joins a core. Guys like Chris Long now re-signed through 2016, and Steven Jackson, the Rams' all-time leading rusher, trying to make it 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons. But top to bottom, everyone here looking for a fresh start.
Yeah, I haven't had anybody tell me since I took this job that we can't go to the playoffs. And once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. So, nor have I told anybody, or anybody's told me that, well, this is a good rebuilding year for you. I'm not a long-term goal-setting coach. I'm a short-term goal-setting coach that allows you to, achieve the vision that we have, which is ultimately to win a championship.
What Coach Fisher has done in piecing together a coaching staff, as well as the free agency and our draft picks as well, has been just totally different from what we've done in the past, and the way we're getting along together, the way guys are cohesively just grinding and gluing and gelling. It just seems like it's just going to happen this year.
As a player, we've suffered through a couple tough seasons, and it's been really tough at times. And you obviously want to be a part of it if you can when it turns around, because I know it will. It's just a whole new organization, so I want to be a part of that transition.
Best part about my job, working with this guy, Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk. Great to be back in the booth with you, and great to have a new attitude, really, Marshall, with everything. Let's start with the coach. You played against Jeff Fisher coach teams. You've sensed the new attitude. What are we looking at?
And that's the thing. You hear about guys and you hear them talk about the new attitude. What is that attitude? Jeff Fisher brings stability. He brings a commitment to working hard, and this guy is going to get it done. Think about this. In the 2000s, he had 97 wins. When you look at the board, 147 wins. That's just phenomenal when you think about what Jeff Fisher brings. 16 seasons, all with the Titans. What I like about the guy is he's honest.
And you sense that from the first play of OTAs. Little scuffle breaks out. He jumps in there and says, guys, this is new. We're working to forget the past and move forward.
And that's what listen, you respect not the fact that he coached at a high level, but he played the game. Sure. The relationship between player-coach, there must be that honesty. You must be able to trust your coach. And with Jeff Fisher, that's what you get. You get a guy that you can trust on and off the field because he understands the game, not just from coaching, but from playing it as well.
And he was a defensive back with the Chicago Bears. Every player in that locker room says the second he walked in there, he immediately had their respect. Let's talk about the offense and the defense, new changes. Specifically, though, on the offensive side, Brian Schottenheimer is now the coordinator.
Yeah, and when you think about Brian Schottenheimer, you just have to kind of dispel what last year was for the New York Jets. But 2 years taking a young quarterback and Mark Sanchez to the AFC Championship, coming plays away from being in the Super Bowl. This guy, he has the pedigree. We all know his father, Marty. He's made his own hay on the offensive side of the ball, calling plays, being innovative. With this offense, with Sam Bradford, what I want to see, can he keep the quarterback up? And A, can he establish the running game? We've seen that in New York, haven't we?
Yes, we have, certainly. What about the defense? There's that core there, especially with Chris Long, James Laurinaitis, new defensive staff as well.
And those guys, you see that, Laurinaitis, Long, Quinn, Brockers. That front four is really going to have to spearhead this defense because I believe, listen, Cortland Finnegan and his feisty attitude, I played against him. I was just talking down there to Leroy Glover about it. I played against Cortland Finnegan. He's the pesky kind of guy that you hate to go up against, but you love to have him on your team. I believe his fire, his drive, his energy, along with Laurinaitis and Long, they're going to really have this defense up in that top 10 in the league.
A little bit of a homecoming for you, oh, by the way, Indianapolis here on the Colts. You remember 1998 when we saw Peyton Manning and you saw him for the
You know,
first time?
it's just ironic that I got to play my first game in this building. I got to watch Peyton Manning's first game in this building. And yes, we're going to get to see Andrew Luck's first game in this building. And what I love about this kid is that, listen, he understands you cannot replace a Peyton Manning. The only thing he can do is go out there and be himself. I talked to his offensive coordinator, Bruce Aaron. Bruce Aaron said, listen, this kid is smart. It's unbelievable how smart he is and how quickly he's picked things up. He's looking for him to come out and have a pretty darn good game.
You know, Bruce Arians says that he has not worked with the quarterback to pick things up as quickly as Andrew Luck, and that includes Ben Roethlisberger. This guy, from the first day he stepped on the field in practice, you can tell he just gets it.
Exactly, and what I want to see is we saw the other guy that got drafted, RG3, have a pretty good game, have a nice series, score the football. I want to see, does Andrew Luck come out with this team and move the football down the field, or if the Rams in that front four, that defense can make him uncomfortable and make him look like the rookie that he is.
It is the start of a new era, not only for Andrew Luck, but more importantly for the St. Louis Rams, and that is the Jeff Fisher era. We will hear from the coach coming up on Countdown to Kickoff. We will also hear from some of the rookies. That is Michael Brockers. That is Isaiah Pete. We'll hear from him coming up in a little bit. Marshall Faulk, Andrew Siciliano. This is Rams Countdown to Kickoff on the Rams Broadcasting Network.
Your food, your clothes, even your fuel, it comes from right here.
We take great care to grow quality products.
We're consumers just like you.
Who grows our quality of life? We do.
We're the people who grow your crops.
We're America's farm families.
Brought to you on behalf of America's farmers by Monsanto.
The best way to enjoy Rams football is to start early. Rams season tickets are available starting at just $225. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS.
Since I got my son Adidas Climate Cool Air Rates, this is allowed to happen in public.
See ya.
New Adidas styles are here. Famous brands, famously easy, famous footwear. Victory is yours.
The best way to enjoy Rams football is to start early. Rams season tickets are available starting at just $225. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS.
Bring it in!
Giving back to the community is everything. I think we all are blessed to play this sport, and I think on this level, this stage, it brings awareness to whatever we want to in our foundations.
Anything we can do to help, just to raise some money. A lot of time, I think the players get a lot out of it more than sometimes the people that are being affected as well.
The community of St. Louis, and all the surrounding communities, that's our fan base, That's who supports us. So the more we can get out and give back to the community, I think the better it is.
Go Rams!
And you're watching Rams preseason football.
Indianapolis, Indiana, Lucas Oil Stadium. Time to head down outside the locker room. Maurice Drummond with one of the rookies, Isaiah Pete. And this interview is brought to you by Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Maurice.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Here with the Rams' second-round pick, Isaiah Pete. And Isaiah, your dream of the NFL, it's finally here. Just want to get your thoughts on the excitement, the emotions. What are you feeling right now as you're about to step under the bright lights?
Actually, I'm kind of chill right now. I haven't been in this situation in a while since college, and a lot of emotions is going through internally. But just trying to stay focused and continue to go over certain plays and things like that, just to make sure I don't go out and mess up.
Now, how is it? And how important is it to stay within the playbook, but also to trust your ability to go out there and just do what you do?
I really got to just go out and have fun. We've been doing this a long time. Obviously, it's a different stage, a different caliber of talent, but trusting yourself and trusting what you've been going through, and then hopefully, all the emotions and everything can come out on the field, and you just go out and have fun.
And as a rookie, what's been your biggest challenge as you try to make this transition to the NFL?
I think it's the playbook, because you You study the playbook and you think you know it, and then you get out to a situation and you kind of mess up in practice and whatnot. So you constantly got to keep getting in it and going over plays, even the ones that you do know. You know, keep taking notes constantly so that it becomes second nature and you go out and play fast and not have to worry about mistakes.
All right, man. Good luck to you today.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Isaiah Pete. Should get a lot of action today. Back to you guys.
All right, Maurice, thank you. Isaiah Pete, one of 3 second-round picks. Actually, the Rams had 6 picks in the top 100. We'll see a lot of Isaiah Pete today. We'll see a lot of Michael Brockers as well. For a closer look at all the Rams rookies, take a peek.
I'm a physical, nasty defensive tackle that, you know, every team I feel like needs on that team. You know, some guy that'll get hype, you know, when, you know, big plays happen and go show all kind of emotion on the field. And, you know, I just bring so many things to the football field and defense side of the ball. I mean, I feel like I can really improve this team's defense.
But definitely bringing my character with me. Definitely bringing my speed. You know, I can jump, my ability to jump, catch my yards after the catch. I mean, you know, I can do it all really. You know, I have great hands. You know, trust the coach, and you know, listen and do the things that he wants me to do to get better. Go out there and practice hard. You know, do the things I need to do to help this organization win.
I bring special team, whether it's gunner, punt return, kickoff return, a cornerback that's liable to be on the island by itself, and a great team player. You know, just come, you know, work out hard, compete, you know, just do the simple and the small things that, you know, it takes to be a football player and a pro. Just take care of your body, eat the right food, and, you know, fly around and fly to the ball.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get to work, you know, right now, tomorrow. And I want to learn. I'm gonna be in this hip pocket. I want to learn how to be a pro. I want to learn how to be a student of this pro game and how to longevity my career like he has and be, you know, mentioned for it. You know, you walk through these hallways and every other picture is a picture of him, and that speaks volume. And you know, hopefully one day I could walk in his same shoes and even now compete with him and, you know, just put a little pressure on him. But you know, we're all teammates and we're all here to win football games and turn this program around.
Bring the table. I'm a cover corner. I can press. You know, I can play off also. I got recruited as a receiver, so my ball skills are there, and I can also tackle. Janoris is a great player, and just with me on the other side, I believe I'm a great player also. So it's going to be hard for teams to, you know, complete passes on this, either with Finnegan on there. So that's 3 back there. It's going to be hard for everybody else.
The rookie crop on Rams Countdown to Kickoff brought to you by Monsanto. And here are those picks. I mentioned 6 of them in the top 100. Michael Brockers is going to be a starter, a plug-and-play guy from day 1 for the Rams. Brian Quick at the top of the 2nd round leads 3 second-round picks. And then look at Chris Gibbons there, I beg your pardon, at number 96. He can fly, maybe the fastest guy in camp. And Tremaine Johnson, whether his future is at corner or at safety, all these guys are expected to contribute immediately. Marshall, let's talk a little bit about Isaiah Pete. You certainly know running backs. This guy has speed, he has quickness, and we're going to see a lot of him today with not much action for Steven Jackson.
You know, people think about Isaiah Pete and they call it a change of pace back for Steven Jackson, but I believe that this kid can run in between the tackles just as well as outside the tackles. And if you heard, and that's what you want from a running back, you heard it in his interview, he wants to compete with Steven Jackson because he understands with that competition, you're going to get a better Steven Jackson, and oh yeah, you're going to get a better Isaiah Pete.
And Isaiah Pete was MVP of the Senior Bowl, for what it's worth, turned a lot of heads as the Big East Offensive Player of the Year. From the SEC, however, in the middle of that defensive line, I mentioned Michael Brockers is a plug-and-play guy. He's 21. He looks like he's 28.
You want active, you want big, you want Michael Brocker. You want nasty, you want Michael Brocker. And that defense and that defensive line, they need his attitude and his nastiness to play for. And with him inserted into that line, they become a valuable front four. And now you add the back end with the guys that you saw that they drafted. Listen, this is going to be a good defense, and those rookies are going to have a lot to do with it.
And we're also going to see a lot of contributions as well from the rookie defensive backs, both Janoris Jenkins and Tremaine Johnson as well. Straight ahead on Rams Countdown to Kickoff, more here from Indianapolis Lucas Oil Stadium, and more on the Rams and the community, specifically in Joplin. That's coming up next.
If you have the audacity to believe that a financial advisor should look you in the eye when the topic is your money,
If you have the nerve to think that FaceTime should be the expectation, not the exception.
If you believe unreturned calls speak volumes.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
For 88 years, it's how Edward Jones has made sense of investing.
Giving back to the community is everything. I think we all are blessed to play this sport, and I think on this level, this stage, it brings awareness to whatever we want to in our foundations.
Anything we can do to help, just to raise some money. A lot of time, I think the players get a lot out of it more than sometimes the people that are being affected as well.
The community of St. Louis, and all the surrounding communities, that's our fan base, That's who supports us. So the more we can get out and give back to the community, I think the better it is.
Go Rams!
The best way to enjoy Rams football is to start early. Rams season tickets are available starting at just $225. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS.
Bring it in! Ticks. Also, hey Rams fans, on Sunday, September 9th, help the Rams get back to football with a 7K run, finishing on the field at the Edward Jones Dome. The event's going to feature an NFL Play 60 half-mile run for kids, and a portion of the proceeds will benefit the American Cancer Society Hope Lodge. For more information, visit stlouisrams.com. So over a year ago, a tornado ripped through Joplin. Last year, the Rams did their part, but that dedication to Joplin is still ongoing. The Rams rookies did their part in this offseason as well.
Isaiah P., running back, St. Louis Rams. Here we are about 5 o'clock in the morning, about to ride down to Joplin and build up some houses.
We're building 3 houses here in Joplin as part of the Governor's Habitat for Humanity Challenge in Joplin. Governor challenged all the sports teams to try to get down and remind people of just the rebuilding that needs to be done in Joplin. This is our second trip in a year. We were here last July, 7 weeks after the tornado hit, to see the devastation and to help pick up debris. Now we're in the exact same neighborhood a year later, building houses. It's a great message of hope, a great sign, and I know our organization's proud to be part of the rebuilding process.
The town was destroyed for a few months. We didn't know how the best to approach things, and there was just so much to be done. But through the amazing work of so many volunteers and the hard-working community here, and the town is coming back every day. Buildings going on everywhere you look. And then we're not only going to have a town that's rebuilt, but a town that's better than ever. Well, we had all the Rams rookies here, and we had the cheerleaders here and a lot of the staff who came. I think we have about over 100 people with the Rams who came down and worked. I know they had a long way to drive, and we had some rain this morning, but through all of that, we were still able to work on some homes. So thank you to all the Rams who came down.
So right now we're actually helping to put up the trusses that are going to go on the very top of the roof. So we're helping to actually build the roof of the house, which is amazing. We've been putting them up one by one, and they are extremely heavy, but I think once we're all done, we're going to be so proud just to know that we were able to help rebuild a house that someone lost in the tornado last year. And it's very sad, but it's been such a blessing.
Well, I think the most important thing is still remind people that we're here in Joplin, there's a need in Joplin. So many times after a natural disaster, people come down and they need it 6 weeks, they need it 2 months, 3 months to start to rebuild. Now we're here a year later and still reminding people in St. Louis how important it is to come down and help, how Habitat for Humanity needs volunteers, whether it's painting, building walls, helping with drywall, putting up plywood. There's a need everywhere in Joplin still, and it's not going to get done just with construction companies, just through the government. It's going to take volunteers just as it did a year ago.
And that is the key thing to remember, as Kevin Demoff said there is still work to be done in Joplin. Coming up on Rams Countdown to Kickoff, we mentioned a new era. That man, Jeff Fisher, takes over. Coming up next, down to the locker room, Maurice Stroman standing by with the new coach.
Your food, your clothes, even your fuel, it comes from right here.
We take great care to grow quality products. We're consumers just like you.
Who grows our quality of life? We do.
We're the people who grow your crops.
We're America's farm families.
Brought to you on behalf of America's farmers by Monsanto.
The best way to enjoy Rams football is to start early. Rams season tickets are available starting at just $225. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS.
Bring it in!
Giving back to the community is everything. I think we all are blessed to play this sport, and I think on this level, this stage, it brings awareness to whatever we want to in our foundations.
Anything we can do to help, just to raise some money. A lot of time, I think the players get a lot out of it more than sometimes the people that are being affected as well.
The community of St. Louis, and all the surrounding communities, that's our fan base. That's who supports us. So the more we can get out and give back to the community, I think the better it is.
The best way to enjoy Rams football is to start early. Rams season tickets are available starting at just $225. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS.
Bring it in! Hey Rams fans, this one is going to be fun. We should help welcome Jeff Fisher back to the Edward Jones Dome as we get ready here for this one at Lucas Oil Stadium. Week 2, September 16th. The Redskins are in town. All fans in attendance will get a Jeff Fisher mustache, a Fisher stash, if you will. StLouisRams.com for ticket information, or 314-RAMS-TICKS. Jeff Fisher mustache not included today, except it is included with the coach who's standing by to talk to Maurice Stroman. And the interview is brought to you by Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Maurice?
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Here with the Rams head coach, Jeff Fisher. And, Coach, do you remember ever having a preseason Sunday afternoon game?
No, actually I can't. It seems like we've had them just about every night and all over the place. I've been in, Mexico City and London and Barcelona, but never had one in the afternoon. In a lot of ways, it's good because, the players get a sense for what the normal regular season routine's going to be like. You have normal Saturday night meetings and, gosh, get them up early, pregame meal, and here we are.
Here you are. And tell me about how anxious these guys are to not only finally hit somebody, but you also, try to measure themselves and compete against other competition.
Well, it is. You keep in mind we've been practicing against each other, and so anytime you get a chance to go out and tee it up against somebody else, it's fun, and so they're excited about it. We haven't had a lot of padded practices, so the things that you look for in games like this is your ability to block and tackle, and that's what we're going to let them do.
Finally, obviously, with NFL rules now, you can't get guys on the practice field like you used to. So how important is it, particularly for younger players, to really establish themselves once they get that playing time?
Well, yeah, playing time is the key, and we're going to have a hard time getting everybody enough playing time. So as a result, we have to evaluate on the practice field, and part of the first preseason game is for your stars to get them ready, get them going. let them see what they can do, and then you make your substitutions and you finish up with the younger guys. So a lot of guys are going to get a chance to play this afternoon.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's the Rams head coach, Jeff Fisher. Send it back to you guys.
All right, Maurice, Coach, thank you. Marshall, what do you think of that? The 1:30 Eastern time here in the Eastern time zone kickoff for a preseason game.
You know, Coach said it best. It's great for the guys to get a chance to see what it's going to be like to play on Sundays. But listen, this is cutting to the practice time. Usually you have a preseason game on Thursday or Friday. There's two teams who have had 2 games already played, and they're just kicking off their first game. Both coaches are disappointed with it, but hey, it's the cards you're dealt, you play with them.
Rams and Colts are the second to last preseason game here, week 1, Monday night game between the Raiders and the Cowboys. How about some keys to the game? Granted preseason, but keys nonetheless.
Well, for the offense, it's all about establishing the rhythm. You know, you're going to get Sam Bradford out there. You want to get him in the rhythm, throwing the football, get in and out of the huddle. Make sure that you don't have any penalties on offense. That's the one thing that coaches are going to look for, establishing that rhythm. And then on defense, be active. You have a young quarterback in Andrew Luck out there. You want to move around. You want to jump around. You want to make sure that you're active, getting into the quarterback's face, locating the football, getting all 11 guys to the football. And then on special teams, it's all about substitutions. In games when a lot of guys is playing, almost every guy is going to play out there if they dress and they're healthy. You want to make sure that you make the correct substitutions and not have penalties or plays called back when you have maybe a field goal made, maybe a punt down inside the 10. You want to make sure you have the right amount of guys out there.
Do you still get excited for the preseason?
I'm excited right now. I'm telling you, I was down on the field talking to guys, and the juices get to boiling. I'm getting a little hot right now, Andrew. I'm ready to play.
Hey, we're ready to play as well. Coming up, the Rams kick off the preseason here in 2012 with a brand new coach in Jeff Fisher, a brand new attitude. And we're about to see also Sam Bradford take on the #1 pick of the draft. That guy, Andrew Luck. This has been Countdown to Kickoff. Kickoff is next from Lucas Oil. The Jeff Fisher era begins.
The best way to enjoy Rams football is to start early. Rams season tickets are available starting at just $225. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS.
Since I got my son Adidas Climate Cool Air Rates, this is allowed to happen in public.
See ya.
New Adidas styles are here. Famous brands, famously easy, famous footwear. Victory is yours.
Giving back to the community is everything. I think we all are blessed to play this sport, and I think on this level, this stage, it brings awareness to whatever we want to in our foundations.
Anything we can do to help, just to raise some money. A lot of time, I think the players get a lot out of it more than sometimes the people that are being affected as well.
The community of St. Louis, and all the surrounding communities, that's our fan base, That's who supports us. So the more we can get out and give back to the community, I think the better it is.
Go Rams!
The best way to enjoy Rams football is to start early. Rams season tickets are available starting at just $225. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS.
Bring it in! Go Rams! 2 brand new head coaches, a brand new preseason here, ready to kick off in 2012. Jeff Fisher for the St. Louis Rams, Chuck Pagano for the Indianapolis Colts, as we are inside Lucas Oil Stadium getting ready for the Rams and the Colts. Edward Jones, the proud presenter of tonight's preseason telecast on the Rams Broadcasting Network. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Lucas Oil Stadium, where today we're getting ready for the Rams and the Colts to kick off preseason 2012. Welcome in to this broadcast booth. I'm Andrew Siciliano, joined today by Marshall Faulk. It is a brand new era, Marshall, for these Rams, and it all starts at the top with Jeff Fisher.
And yeah, it starts with a very stable coach, a guy that, you know, he has tenure. You think about the 16 years that he spent with the Tennessee Titans, you know that he's bringing a pedigree of toughness, hard-nosed, tenacious type of football. And yes, they also had a huge draft class to back up what he wants to put on the field.
And he has a quarterback in Sam Bradford entering his third year.
Exactly, and Sam, this is a huge year for Sam. This is the year that a young quarterback really makes his mark in the league. Last year, a little banged up, rookie of the year, his first year. I'm looking for Sam Bradford to come out and really show us the pedigree that makes him a franchise quarterback.
Could this guy, Andrew Luck, be this year's rookie of the year?
I've heard nothing but great things about him. Yes, he can be rookie of the year, but he's going to need to be upright and not throwing the ball downfield. He's going to need help from this team. We're going to see if they have it.
Sam Bradford against Andrew Luck, two of the last three first overall picks. They are the quarterbacks. It's the Rams and the Colts, and it's next.
If you have the audacity to believe that a financial advisor should look you in the eye when the topic is your money,
If you have the nerve to think that FaceTime should be the expectation, not the exception.
If you believe unreturned calls speak volumes.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us. Join us.
Join us.
For 88 years, it's how Edward Jones has made sense of investing.
Giving back to the community is everything. I think we all are blessed to play this sport, and I think on this level, this stage, it brings awareness to whatever we want to in our foundations.
Anything we can do to help, just to raise some money. A lot of time, I think the players get a lot out of it more than sometimes the people that are being affected as well.
The community of St. Louis, and all the surrounding communities, that's our fan base. That's who supports us. So the more we can get out and give back to the community, I think the better it is.
The best way to enjoy Rams football is to start early. Rams season tickets are available starting at just $225. Call 314-RAMS-TICKS.
Bring it in! Go Rams!
Heads, tails. I'm going to throw it.
Tonight's preseason telecast of the Rams Broadcasting Network is brought to you by Edward Jones, making sense of investing. And by your quality Ford dealers, Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. As well, bringing you tonight's preseason game. Dobbs, make it your first choice for quality tires and expert auto service. Plus Bud Light, Port Paradise Music Festival, and the Bommarito Automotive Group, where Price sells cars. The roof is open today, Lucas Oil Stadium. The windows open as well. This is the site of Super Bowl 46, 6 months ago, where the New York Giants beat the New England Patriots, and here's hoping one of these two teams starts on the road to the Super Bowl again today, as the Rams open it up on preseason 2012 and open up the brand new Jeff Fisher era. Marshall Faulk, you told me earlier today that you're ready to play, that the preseason still gets you fired up when everything is new and you have that new head coach there. I have to assume that's amplified.
It is. And here's the thing for the guys. You want to impress the coach and you want to make the team, and the need is to go out there and try to play perfect football. Fisher understands this group hadn't been together that long, but what he wants to see is he wants to see them compete. That's all Jeff keeps talking about. We're going to go out there, we're going to compete, and that's what we want to see. We want to see them compete.
And also competing for a new head coach on the other side of things, the Indianapolis Colts. You saw there Chuck Pagano is the new head coach, former defensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens. That is Isaiah Pead, one of the 3 second-round picks of the Rams, and he is set to return as the Rams win the toss, their first victory of the year, if you will, and they will receive the kickoff. The second-round pick out of Cincinnati brings it out, tripped up, stays on his feet, crosses